By the time you're watching this, the Fed most likely already gave a number regarding the current rates. We don't know if the Fed will cut rates, will keep them the same, but so far over 62% of traders are predicting that the Fed will cut rates by 50 base points. And this is not necessarily good news because, of course, when rates are cut, traders, people can borrow money for lower rates, lower average rates, and invest that money and profit from the difference. But there are a few instances where cutting rates is something that comes right before a recession hits. I've made a video talking about recession. Is the last video, you can check it out. So you can see that this does not mean that we are looking at a positive thing if rates go down, but if rates go up, that is almost never good because it does slow down the economy a little bit. So what to do? What is Bitcoin going to do? Of course, this is a rhetorical question, and how we can trade on this important news. So let's take a look at some numbers, some charts, and take our conclusions from there. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to be showing the liquidations that happened in the past few days, the points of interest in the charts that we should be looking for to avoid or to trade towards, and what I'm personally doing and how my portfolio is doing. So let's jump right into it with the price analysis. We are now with Bitcoin at 61,000, almost 61,000, 60,788, but it touched 61,000 briefly. And we can see that from yesterday to today, we had this huge green candle that touched the moving average, the EMA, which is the white line you're seeing right now. And we're expanding all the way to the top of the Bollinger. You know, when it touches the Bollinger, usually it's going to correct and wait it out a little bit. So it could mean for us to sell something above the Bollinger to profit a little bit. We're going to take a look at these positions in a little bit. For Ethereum, we're looking at $23.66, $2,366. Again, it is being held by the orange line, which is the moving average from the Bollinger Bands. And it touched and it held pretty much on this green line right here. You can see that it was a ceiling. It broke the ceiling, but it held on the moving average and it fell down. If you go to the 4 hours, you can see that it actually held right on the line right here, which became a support. And this line, I didn't move it. I just drew a very large and it held precisely on that. So you can see how strong these resistances that later on become supports, how they work even from one side or the other. So for Ethereum, we could be looking at somewhere close to the green line right here. I don't know if I want to go up, because if the rates tomorrow go up or down, we're gonna see a huge movement in Bitcoin, which will affect Ethereum. So if Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum, even if it doesn't have that much strength, will go up just by because. We'll have to see. I'll have to think a little bit on what to do here for this specific option. Of course, here we're talking about dailies. If we're going weeklies, I will most likely sell a call right above here for the weeklies. On Bitcoin, I will most likely sell a call right around the 65K for weeklies. This would be my option again, because if you trace a line right here, you can see it is holding Bitcoin right above the current price, which is around 61,000. For Ethereum, we are already above the resistances that now became supports, but Ethereum doesn't have the strength to go up a little bit further. So I would sell a call for sure on here on the weeklies. Regarding liquidations, on liquidations, we can see that on the last 24 hours, 120 million were liquidated. Of course, this number is not big. We've seen way bigger here in this channel. We've seen almost $1 billion liquidated in just a matter of 24 hours, and 77 million of those were shorts. So we're shorts position. Bitcoin only was 44 million liquidated out of the 120 million. So quite a lot for Bitcoin. Now, if we look at the liquidation heat map, if you don't know what it is pretty much a place that shows you with a heat map, something that you would see from a heat vision camera, the hotspots, which are magnets to the price. You can see that where we always have a hotspot, the price tends to go that way. So one place becomes hot, the price tends to go towards that way. And what does it happen when it touches the hotspot? Well, it's going to liquidate the positions that are against that. So if it is going up, it's going to liquidate the shorts. If it's going to go down, it's going to liquidate the long positions. And Everton, what does it do? Well, if it liquidates shorts, meaning that it's going up, it will create a snowball effect to the upside, meaning that it is going to try to climb higher and higher for a little bit more. And if it liquidates the long positions, meaning that it's going down, well, it's going to be falling more and more and more. These can cause squeezes, short squeezes on the top side, but also huge liquidations, dumping on the markets because people have to sell because they need to close positions. So we are seeing here that the numbers are around 61.5 for Bitcoin. This is the top to liquidate short positions, but you can also see that it is very, very strong right above the 61,700. So 61,777 is also another place of intense heat, meaning there's a lot of people shorting from those ranges, meaning that if price gets close to that place, they're going to have to forcefully close their position to protect themselves, or just because they're going to get liquidated as a whole. So these are the two numbers, but you can see that the top side is really, really heavy, which makes me think that we're going to see a magnet on the upside, meaning that I would like to stay above the 61,700 as much as I can, above that price, just so people can get liquidated and it's not going to rush all the way to the 62,000. Maybe it's going to just touch that, but briefly, and then it's going to go down once more. So again, we should look at these graphs. We should look at all the indicators to help us make a strong decision on what we're going to sell. That being said, now we can look at Bitopics to show you the current portfolio positions, things that I want to do, things that I will do, and positions that I'm going to open today right now. So we are going to start with the copy trading strategy, which always gives us good numbers. We're almost at 200,000 deposited here, and the last 30 days we saw 11% returns. Fantastic. And since the start of this strategy, it is over 41% right now. So in 5 months, more or less, it's almost 50%. The average is around 8% per month, which you cannot find that anywhere. And here on the bottom, you can see that I have all the 3 positions. These 2, I actually opened both. I wanted to open just one for a video that I was making. I ended up opening 2, which is no problem for me. And those are both 3.5% on the top side. And I opened these just a few days ago. And my major one, which comes all the way from June 11th, this one has 27% in returns. Fantastic. Now on the earn tab, I have 2 options that are doing very, very good. They're both giving me around 15% P&L in just a matter of, this one is over a month and this one is less than a month, just a few weeks. So imagine 15, 13% in just a month. This is huge returns when we're talking about spreads, when we're talking about crypto options. On the other side, I have options here that are not doing very, very good. For example, I have 2 for September 24th. One is above 65K for Bitcoin. This one, I'm still hopeful that we can at least close it 0-0, so no loss here, or just very minimal loss, like a few bucks, mainly because by end of September, beginning of October, Bitcoin should start rallying up again because of that whole 3 months by the end of the year usually is where it gets better. And then we have the Ethereum one for September 24th, which is above 3,500. That one is gonna lose money, probably the whole thing, so 500 bucks that is gonna go down the drain, but we can make it back with other options. Again, I have the above 5K by next year. That one I'm still hopeful. That one I believe that Ethereum will be above that price for sure. So at least 4 out of these 5 should be profitable in a matter of just a few days. So I'm hopeful. Let's see, or at least 3 of these 5, which are the first 2 and the bottom one for next year, March next year. So we have a lot of time for Ethereum to climb back up. We can make money out of these. Now, what I want to do, there's this one here for November 8th, which is this one. Ethereum above 2,500. This one is giving me 60% for just a little less than 2 months in the future. So 60% for a little less than 2 months is a little bit over 30% a month, which is ridiculous. Whenever these right here close, so by end of September, I will have enough capital to just dump maybe $1,000 right here on this one, because it is a long one for 2 months ahead. This one is really, really good for me right now. So that being said, let's go to the options tab. And now I'm going to do what I usually do. You're going to see it sped up a little bit or just cut off completely. I don't know how that will look, but I'm going to look here at the positions that we have, at the options that we have, and we're going to open 2, and we're going to sell 2 options here for tomorrow, or for the time you're seeing this video. And then you should see the returns by the end of the video. So you can skip that all the way to the end of the video if you want to know if I made or lost money on this daily trade. So for Bitcoin, I decided that I'm going to sell 6,200. It is a little bit tight on the charts. You can see that is just around 2% from current price here. So very, very close. But again, just today, in the past 24 hours, Bitcoin went up by 5.5%, so 5.5%. So I don't think it has enough movement to keep doing what it's doing. I think it will do exactly like this right here. I think it will go up and then just hold it for a few days. We can see the same right here. Go up and hold it for a few days. I think this is what is going to happen. And here I'm going to get 0.91, so almost 1%, which is ridiculous. So I'm just going to click on sell and open this position. We did it. And now we're going to go and do the same thing for Ethereum. So stay tuned. For Ethereum, I chose the 2425. So I'm going to sell this one, which again is which is a little bit over 2% from the current price of Ethereum. But Ethereum only went up by 3%, 3.2% in the last 24 hours. So it could go up a little bit more. But again, I don't think Ethereum has the volatility and the strength to go all the way to 2425 by just a matter of hours, by tomorrow morning. So I think this is going to be it, and I'm going to make 0.6%, which is way above what I usually try to make, which is between 0.4 and 0.5. So these days, just because Bitcoin has a lot of volatility right now and Ethereum is also doing good, I'm going to open that on those two. So open, these requests were processed and you can see them right here. The 2425 call that we sold for Ethereum and the 62,000 call that we sold for Bitcoin. So by now you should be seeing right here on the screen in front of my face what the results are, if I made any money or if I lost money with these. These usually are for me to test. So I test daily to see what strategy is the best so that we can implement that later on the copy trading strategy. And if you want to know how to do these, how to get money into the copy trading strategy, how to open these spreads on the Earn tab, all of these are in this channel. So you just go on the channel and watch, maybe just write spreads. If you want to learn the spreads, just go to the copy trading. If you want to go to the copy trading site, or just go to the Bitopics bot, Telegram bot. I've made a video about that as well, where you can earn points by learning. So by watching these videos, you can earn points, farm more points, and eventually these points will give you access to future airdrops that we might do here on Bitopics. So you can do some learning and earning at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any questions, the comments are always open here down below. And as always, thank you so much. And I'll catch you guys on Friday for another video. Peace.